Yep, I'm in the dark again. I'm on the balcony, as you can hear. Cars passing by. Here's what I'm gonna do. I was about to write this down, but I can't. I gotta put it down. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna talk about it, then I'm gonna write it. Alright. This is how the document gonna start off. Facts or fiction? Fiction. Is it fact that Mr. Whittington was born and raised in Elaine, Arkansas? Fact. Fiction. Facts. Why is that important? Elaine, Arkansas, 1919 massacre, where 237 and up unknown African Americans was murdered because they were sharecroppers and they was being cheated from their crops. So they call it a union. The union came with 2 armed guards, and they had a meeting at a church called Hotspur Church. And at that meeting, they discussed possibilities of suing to get their value monies back. Somebody showed up outside, if you know how hate works. Hey, y'all get away from there! A shot, then shooting. One of the guards was murdered, was killed, murdered, I would say. And I think another one of the shooters was injured. If you control information, you control the world. Then, facts. The newspapers printed a lie that said that blacks plot to kill whites. Now, Arkansas, Delta, 1919. Right over the river is the Mississippi. Hate. Down the street is the Texas hate. But most of them came from Mississippi. All descended on Elaine, Arkansas, and they killed some black people on the way there. Just random black people, just shooting, hunting black people like they was part of crops and part of a livestock. Well, livestock, you don't hunt livestock, but they was hunting black people like they was game. Then the governor called in the troops. Federal troops showed up, and some of the blacks got their guns because they had just came from the war, and they was in hide mode. When they seen the troops, they thought everything was cool, so they raised their hands up and they stood up, and then they started shooting the troops. The troops disarmed the whites and the blacks. Then, from the angry mob, they arrested the other blacks, and I think they hung some right then and there. And then they arrested some, and they put some of them on an electric chair. They got out, and down the governor. They went all the way to the Supreme Court, I think. And then the governor snuck some of them out of the city, or the state. As well as the dude who was the main dude behind the meeting at the Hotspur Church. He escaped to Kansas. Can't really much blame him. They was trying to murder every black person in that town. As I remember as a kid, I used to stop and say, something bad happened here. Several times I remember that. I used to look around my hometown and I can just feel right where I was standing, in the neighborhood I was standing, that there was something really tragic happened there. So now, I know who I am to the Lord. This day, 2019, I know why I've had so many bad looks, air quotes, of people trying to kill me. People trying to stop me, lock me up. Here's why. You know how they say if God is before you, the world will be against you? Yeah, well, the world don't like you because you got God on you. You may not speak like him. You